Woohoo! Okay, looks like we are live. I'm just going to double check that we definitely are. There we go. So, hi everybody. I am here. I am just making sure that I am live on all the places. Instagram's a little bit trickier, so there we go. Okay, cool. Bingo. Let me go back to the right screen and let me come on. Hello everybody. I am so pleased to be here. I'm really excited about this. I can't wait to share all of this good stuff with you guys. So just as an FYI, I am live across all the platforms. Woo woo. It's very funny. I had an awesome podcast interview with my good friend Lee the other week, and he reminded me how much I love StreamYard. And I'm like, yes, for tech. So loving that I can come in live on all the places. So I'd love to hear from you if you are joining us live. If you're here, please let us know in the comments. If you're watching the replay, then let us know that you're watching the replay. That's absolutely fine. You can just put like hashtag replay in there. That'd be amazing. But if you are watching us live, as I said, please do comment and let us know. Just as an FYI, sadly, I can't see any comments on Instagram right now. So those I will come back to and I will reply to once we're over. I won't be able to see them just because of the way that Instagram's set up with live streaming using other platforms. So I will come back and comment on those. However, if you are on Facebook or YouTube, you can comment away and I can share those comments up on my screen as well, which is great. If you're on LinkedIn, I can still see your comments. I just can't share them, but that's totally cool. So I can see we've got a few people live, which is amazing. As I said, I'm just so excited about this. I'm really looking forward to talking to you all about how you can become an automation expert in as little as 30 minutes a week. So, shall we dive in and get started? So, here's the thing, everybody. We all want to sell more of what we do, right? Like, I think this is like the common thing that we all do. I might just actually change my screen a little bit. How's that? Yeah, let's do this for a bit. So as I said, we all want to sell more of what we do. It's kind of the big thing that a lot of us as business owners, like, that's always what we're driving for, is more growth, more sales, right? And I think we're told a lot of the time, or I feel like we're told a lot of the time, that it's a numbers game. So the way to sell more is to generate more leads. And it's all about numbers. It's all about how many leads we can get. It just becomes all about the numbers. And here's what's wrong with that. It's exhausting. It's not fun. And when you stop, everything stops. It becomes this like feast or famine cycle whereby you're spending all this time chasing leads, going out to get leads, and then you're going and doing the work and everything stops because you're not out there doing all the things again. And I just want to say, I guess this is specifically designed at kind of the service provider, the doers, the coaches, the consultants, all of those types of businesses. Where you're actually, you are showing up for your clients in some way or another, whether you're actually doing work for them or whether you're doing things with them. This is the kind of thing, because you're not just selling something and then it's totally hands off. I think that's a different type of beast. And I'm not to say that you'll still get things from this. You absolutely will. But I think a lot of what I'm going to be sharing specifically is really going to help the people who are actually doing something with clients once they've sold it. So I want to know who here can relate. Who here feels like they are chasing leads all the time? They are trying to do all the things, and they have that feast and famine side of things in their business. Can you let me know in the comments? And as I said, even if I can't see your comments right now, I'm going to come back and see them. And if you're watching on the replay, let me know if this is you. If you feel like you get caught in that feast or famine trap, where if you stop going out there to like meet new people at networking or posting on social media, if you take a break from social media, or you stop doing the things that you currently do to drive new business, like everything stops, right? Who here can relate? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know if that is you. Or give me a thumbs up even, guys. Give me a like. Give me me is exhausting. I'm just going to pop that comment in there. Yes, Tabby, 100%. It is so exhausting. It really is. I love that you're here. Oh, it's telling me Is this telling me that you're on LinkedIn? Does that mean I can show your comments? My thing told me that I couldn't when you're on LinkedIn. Maybe I got that wrong. Yeah, definitely. It's exhausting, 100%. And this is what really has driven me to do this, because hell yes, it's exhausting. For sure. And this is the thing. I think I guess I'm really speaking, as I said before, to a lot of people whose clients come from some form of relationship building, whether it be through referrals, whether it be through recommendations, whether it be through networking, either virtually or in person, whether it be through some form of relationship building or, even social media. So I count that very much as relationship building, because you're nurturing those people, you're kind of putting yourself out there, you're being visible, and that is then attracting people to you. And so you are starting to build that relationship, even if it's not necessarily always on a one-to-one basis. It might be on a one-to-many basis, but you're still building relationships to get clients and customers. So that's very much like what I'm talking about. So hopefully you guys will appreciate that and feel like, yes, that's me. So for all of you people, you're in the people business. It's about people. It's about building those relationships. It's about the human connection, right? But when you focus so heavily on the numbers, you lose that human side of things. You forget to think about the individual person because you're just focused on the numbers. Well, if I get X many leads and then I can get such that I can convert X percentage to a sales call, and then I can convert X percentage into buying my thing. It becomes all about the numbers. Now, I'm not saying the numbers aren't useful. We need to know this data 100%. We need to know it, but it's not about focusing on how many people I can just get in the door. I don't want you to just focus on more. That's the point here. Because it becomes very hard. And the problems with when your business, relies on relationship building is it's actually very hard to track that data. And it's extremely unreliable as well. And it's time consuming. And when you need a boost in sales, you often sound needy or desperate. I don't know if anybody else feels like this. So when you're the one putting yourself out there, whether you're, going live on Facebook, going live on Instagram, whether you're showing up on TikTok, whether you're going out to networking events, whether you're picking up the phone to leads, whether you're, whatever it is that you're putting yourself out there for, when you're trying to do that and you need that boost in sales, it comes and people can pick up on that. And you end up sounding needy or desperate. It becomes a very, very difficult situation for sure. Because when you come from a place of need or desperation, people can tell, and selling becomes extremely hard. It really does. Has anybody ever been in that situation where you're like feeling a little bit desperate for that sale, and then, that comes across? You lose that kind of confident edge that you normally have when you're selling. You lose the way that you normally prefer to sell. And you come across from that place of like desperation, and it just feels so much harder to sell. It feels so much harder to have those conversations with people. So not only can they tell that it's like in that place of desperation, but it doesn't feel good to you either. And when selling doesn't feel good, it just doesn't happen. It really just doesn't happen. I'd love to know if any of you have felt this in the past. Let me know. Give us a thumbs up. Please post a comment. As I said, even if you're watching the replay, I want to know from you. Have you felt this? And I just want to say I've felt this 100%. I've really felt this, where I was coming from a place of need or desperation, and I stopped liking selling. And I think when you don't like selling as a business owner, when part of your role is selling, it becomes so much harder, and your conversions drop, and just everything. It's just not a nice place to be in, for sure. And I've definitely been there myself. Definitely been there. So my goal today is to give you permission to stop doing more, safe in the knowledge your leads won't dry up. And I really want you to sit with that. We're not about doing more. I want to show you how you can start to rely on tech to plug the holes. And I want to get you to start automating your business, even if you find the tech intimidating. That's what we're going to do today. So right now, I know this might sound too good to be true. And when you're in the weeds of your business, in the thick of doing more, it's really hard to see any different. So who right now feels like they're really in the thick of doing more? You feel like you're always chasing more. You're trying to do all the things. Because if that's you, I really want you to listen to this. I really think this is going to just change the game for you. And I just want to say this was me. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about my story. So hello, for those of you who don't know me. I'm Kat, and I am in the business of people. So my background when it comes to work, I was a luxury bar. I worked at a luxury bathroom showroom, which was actually my dad's business. I was the designer and salesperson there. I then moved into digital design and marketing as a freelancer, and then I focused on funnel and automation in an agency model, which we've now slightly scaled back, and kind of doing different things there. That's what I'm doing now. So just so that you understand my background in terms of the different places that I've worked, and that I've always been in the business of people all of my life. It's all of my career, my working life. It's always been about building those relationships to get sales. So in the retail business, it was a family business, which obviously has, its ups and downs, right? It has challenges when you're working with family. There was massive highs and massive lows kind of things, massive benefits to working in a family business, but also challenges. So I was wearing many hats. I was designer, I was salesperson, I was the marketer. Like when you're in a small business like that, whether you're the owner of the business or whether you're an employee in the business, and for me, being a family business, I was kind of both and neither, if that makes sense. But for you all end up wearing many hats. Every small business I've ever worked with, I've ever talked to, you very rarely just have one role. You might think you have one role, or you might it might say you have one role in terms of your actual job title, but you end up doing multiple things. And then I got a real passion for trying to understand the sales psychology so that I could get better at selling. So I spent a lot of time researching sales psychology. I went on courses and I read loads of books, and I did a lot of this in my spare time because I did a little bit through the business. We were put on some training courses through some of the companies that supplied us, that we then supplied on to people, and that kind of sparked my interest. And I then started spending a lot of my own time like really deep diving into this, and I am totally obsessed with sales psychology. Our best customers always came from referrals, time and time again. Always, every single time they came from referrals. And often we didn't even know until afterwards. Like we'd get towards the end of a project and we'd suddenly say, "Oh, how did you actually hear about us? We never asked." And it was, "Oh, my, so and so recommended you." And we were just like, wow, like every time they came from referrals. But also we had to learn how to build relationships quickly, because when people walk into a showroom, they're often just browsing that very first time. And my goal was always like, how can I make them remember me? How can I build that relationship as quickly as possible so that when they are ready to take that next step, they come to us? Yeah. So I had to learn how to build relationships quickly. And then when I moved into the world of freelancer and then into agency and kind of flirted around this side of things, again, it was all about relationships, referrals, and recommendations. That's how I got all my first clients. I partnered with other agencies. I was networking to build relationships. I was networking both online and in person, and that's how I got all my clients to start with. It was all done this way. In fact, even now, this is where I would say 90% of my clients come from. And here's the thing, even those that don't come from that, they still come from some way that I've built a relationship, whether it be something like I'm delivering something like this in another person's membership. And so that relationship has been built there, and then they come and want to work with me. So you see how everything becomes about building relationships. So I was doing all of this, and I think it's important for you guys to all know about this, whilst living with a very rare form of cancer that has left me deaf in one ear with severe balance issues and registered disabled. And I share this with you, not for pity, not for, woe is me or any of that. I'm not about that life at all. But to share with you so that you understand that I can't do the more. I just can't do it. And I've always just needed to find a way to grow and get more clients and then do the work for those clients without trying to do all the things. I just couldn't do it. And there've been occasions where I've tried and, my body's told me, hell to the no, this isn't working. And just to come back a little bit here, just to explain a little bit more in detail here, I was actually diagnosed back in 2006 when I was only 21. Very rare form of cancer in my ear. Sadly, it then spread a few years later, and I now have to have ongoing procedures around every 3 years on my lungs. If you look at I've got a recent Facebook and Instagram post about it, so you can see a bit more detail in there. Very open, very happy to share some of these things. So please do, if any of you've got questions about that, feel free to let me know. Very happy to chat about it. But as I said, I share this with you, not for pity or for any of that kind of thing, but just so you really understand doing them all was never going to work for me. So I had to find another way. I just had to. And in 2022, I hadn't figured it out. And sadly, my dad's business closed. So I hadn't figured out that way of getting the leads getting new customers in a nice, easy way. Because, we were in that feast and famine, and it just got to the point where sadly the business closed, and I didn't want the same to happen to my business. But I did have this golden opportunity, because originally I was always working in my own business, part-time on the side, but now full-time. I moved full-time into my business. So I had all this extra time to devote to my business and really make it happen. But I didn't want it to turn out like my dad's. And I wanted to make sure that didn't happen. I had to find a better way to get clients that wasn't just about endless networking, hoping and praying for referral or recommendation, or that somebody would magically stumble on my website, find my business, and then want to hire us right away. And I say this with humor, because you would not believe how many people think that that's what happens. It is not what happens. The number of people I've spoken to who, they've come to me with like a great lead magnet, or they've asked for help with that and strategies and stuff. And I'm like, okay, so now how are you actually going to get it in people's hands and stuff? And it's like, well, I'm just going to hope and pray people like it. And I'm like, we don't do none of that around here. We're not hoping and praying for results. We're making results happen. People don't just stumble on your website. There's a reason they get there. And want to hire you straight away. It's important to understand what that looks like. And I'm just sharing here a lovely testimonial from one of our clients, just so that you, again, know a little bit more about me and what I do, and that I know my ish, as it were. So from Lisa here, I've had the privilege of working with Kat on my funnel rebrand and redesign. I can't say enough great things. She's super organized. She has great communication style, quick turnaround time, and the ability to manage such a big project and keep you in the loop along the way was exceptional. But the best part for me is that before Kat put her expertise on my funnel, we were at about 10K sales per month. And in the last 2 months, we've hit 75K in 1 month. That was in September. And for October, we're projected to hit 100K in sales. And she did hit that. So I love that we took a 10K a month funnel and turned it into a 100K a month funnel. So I just love that we were able to do that for her, for sure. So yeah, I've walked the walk. I know what I'm doing when it comes to this. I do a lot of this with clients. We do a lot of funnel work with clients. We do a little bit of automation stuff as well in there. But what I really want to talk to you about is, I absolutely love this photo. This is me. Have you ever felt like this? And what I'm saying is, you feel all this pressure to be all the places and do all the things at once. So, maybe you're being told you've got to start a podcast, you've got to start a YouTube channel, you've got to post on Instagram. Oh, and what about TikTok? And then you've got to be on Facebook, and maybe into Facebook groups and networking in Facebook groups. And what about LinkedIn? That's another really great platform, especially if you're a B2B service provider. You've got to be out on LinkedIn. You've got to go and do in-person networking. And maybe you should go to all these business events and start getting networking and seeing people there. And it just feels like all the things. And it just makes you feel like you just want to like throw your computer out the window, and it's just too overwhelming. Who can relate? You feel like everybody is telling you, like the whole online world, the whole business world is like just telling you have to do all the things. I'd love to know if that's you. Please comment. I'd love to hear from you. I know we have a few people live with us. Give us a thumbs up, pop a comment in the chat. Let us know if you can relate. Have you ever felt like you wanted to throw your computer out the window? I know normally when I speak to people about this, they're like hell to the yeah. So feeling that pressure of like having to do everything and be all the places. Now, I am very grateful, as I said earlier, to StreamYard for allowing me to be all the places in this certain situation. But for a lot of the time, it doesn't work like that. So they all work. And this is the thing. All of those social media places work. All of those strategies work, whether it's podcasting, whether it's YouTube, all of those things. They all work, but they are just the tactics, because we're missing a vital step. And that is the customer journey. And I want you to sit with that for a minute. I want you to think about the customer journey. And here's the thing. The customer journey isn't a new thing. I'm not telling you something new right now. But how many of us actually have this mapped out for our business? And I was talking to somebody the other day, and we were talking about this being something that everybody knows, but nobody actually does. And I was saying, sometimes with the big corporations, some of those actually maybe have this in place. And she was like, actually, no, they don't. And I was like, you know what, you're right. A lot of the ones I've spoken to, they don't either. So we all know about the customer journey. We all know how important it is, but so few of us actually have this mapped out for our business. And this is one thing I really like. If you take anything away from this, please can this be the thing? If you only take one thing away, please can it be this? I'm hoping there'll be more than one because I've got something else as well up my sleeve. So this is how I break down the customer journey. The customer journey is not new. This is not my specific way of breaking it down. This is a way I learned from somebody else, from another company. I'm not trying to show you a new way to do something. That's not what this is. This is me helping you to do the thing. Because I think that's what we all get so stuck at, is actually doing the thing. We often know what to do. It's actually doing it that is the problem. So when you think about the customer journey, it's really important to think about every single part of how people move through your actual customer journey. What takes them from the first step to the last step? Where are there gaps and holes in that? And where can we plug those gaps and holes? And where can we use automation within that journey to remove you from that process? And that's the really important thing. That's what I want you to have a think about as well. How much of this can we automate? Because without a system working on autopilot, everything else is pointless. You might be out there doing all of the things, being on all the places, but if you don't have this in place, you're like attracting these people to you, and then what? Like they're just there, but nothing actually happens with them. We need to get them going through this journey. We need to get people to taking those first actions, and then what's next, and then what's next, and then what's next. So having that system is absolutely the foundational element that everybody needs, and something I really want you to take away and work on. And here's the thing. Let's say you map out your customer journey. Let's go back a couple of slides. So let's say you map all of this out and you figure out, right, when someone first comes into my world, they do this, then this, then this, then this, then this, then this. You map it all out there, and then you're like, okay, now let's see how I can automate things to take me out of all of the manual side of this. And there's actually a lot there that you could do, and it becomes overwhelming, right? And it's like, it feels like heavy. It's a lot. And I want you to know that trying to do everything at once isn't going to work. That's not what this is about. You can't just take off a load of time off your business to start implementing all the things. And even if you've got a team member that does it, they most likely have other responsibilities. We talked about that earlier when I said with small businesses, most team members wear multiple hats. They have multiple things they're doing. They can't just sit down and implement all the things at once. And trying to do it all is the fastest route to burnout. So I'm not telling you to map out your customer journey and then go and try and do all the things to like tighten it up and plug your gaps and everything. That's not what this is at all. But what if I told you there was an easy way to implement one automation a week in around 30 minutes? I'm so excited about this. How would that feel? I'd really love to know. Let me know in the comments. How would that feel? If there was an easy way to implement one automation a week in around 30 minutes, how would that feel? How would that feel? I'd love to know. Pop in the comments. I can see a couple of you are live. Please comment. Let me know how that would feel. I want to know how that would feel. Because I know how it would feel for me. I want to know how it would feel for you. It would feel amazing. Let's do the big heart. Whoop. It would feel amazing for me. I'm hoping it would feel amazing for you. An easy way to implement one automation a week in around 30 minutes. Like the relief, a little bit of like weight off your shoulders, like, oh, okay, I don't have to do all the things. I can just do one thing at a time. Easy, simply, and without spending too much time on it. So what I want to do now is actually have a go now with you. I want you to do this. I can see there are 4 of you live. Paul, it would feel awesome. Amazing, Paul. I'm chuffed. I'm good. Amazing. So those of you who are here, I'm just going to pop your comment on there, Paul. There we go. So those of you who are here, we're going to do this together now. Okay. Now I'm going to share a little automation. And this might be something you already have in your business, and that's fine. But I know for some people who might be either watching now or watching the replay, maybe you don't have this in your business. And so we're going to set that up. Thanks, Tabby. Exciting. Yay. I'm glad it's exciting. It's exciting for me as well, for sure. So we're going to have a go. So what we're going to do is we're going to set something up called the super signature. Has anybody either not heard of it or already got it in their business and know what it is? The super signature, that's what we're going to set up now. We're going to set up your super signature. We're going to do it right now. You're going to see how quick and easy just one small automation is and how much difference it can make to your business. Now, the super signature, it was originally created by Dean, I want to say, is it Jackson? Let me open up my tab so that I can check who it was. Yes, Dean Jackson. It was Dean Jackson. There we go. I was correct. And his whole thing about the super signature is instead of expecting people to just like let you know when they're ready to take that next step, you're actually trying to make it a lot easier for them. So the super signature is all about saying, whenever you're ready, here's how I can help you. And then you list the different ways that you can help them. And it's something that you put at the bottom of your emails. So we're going to do this now. Okay. So who's with me? Who's doing this with me? Let me know in the comments if you're here and doing this with me. And I'm just going to change my screen so that you can see this. So I'm going to be doing this in one of my email marketing platforms. So I'm a certified partner with Keep. So this is a sandbox or demo version of the account. This is not my actual email account, obviously, because there's only 3 contacts in it. So I'm going to show you how to do it in here. And what I want you to do is take what I'm doing here and make it work for your business. Now, just while I'm doing this, I'm not going to be able to see your comments, I don't think, because I'm in the wrong tab, but I can flip back and I will answer questions afterwards if you have any. So I'm going to show you how we do it in Keep. So what we want to do is we want to come into where your emails are. Just going to come in here. So here's where your emails. I'm going to create an email broadcast here. And I'm going to go into the create content. Now, once we're done, we're going to save it here as a template, which you'll see there is one here from when I did this last time. But we're going to set this up from scratch to start with. So I'm going to go text only. If you're in ActiveCampaign, I believe you go to campaigns and then campaign templates, and you can actually create your template completely from scratch there. In Keep, you create it as an email first, and then you save it as a template. And there's lots of different ways you can do it. So what you're going to do is you're going to change all of this. So obviously we don't want our actual signature here. Oh, my mouse is playing up. Apologies. So I'm just going to duplicate this block. And then my mouse really is playing up. So let's say this is the content of the email here. So, and I would recommend changing this because you're going to save this as a template. And in case you ever like accidentally send the email out, it's kind of nice to not have the lorem ipsum or this is a text block or something like that. And just put something like, oops, we've sent this a bit too soon. So I'm just going to put email content here. You would obviously add something else there. And then whether you put your signature here, whatever you do here, but what we're going to do is we're going to put your super signature down here. And what I like to do, my mouse is really hanging. What I like to do is I like to put a little divider here, and then I go here. And I would go PS, or you don't even have to do the PS. You can just start typing. Whenever you're ready, here's how I can help you. And then you're going to list the different ways you can help them. And if you're just starting out, it might be like, come and follow me on Instagram or Facebook or whichever social media platform. If you're more, established and advanced in your business, you might want to put other things here. I did get a question the other day, is should you put your lead magnet here? And I would say no, because most of the people who are getting these emails will already have your lead magnet. And for me, when I give people lead magnets, I often actually give them access to all my lead magnets. So not always, it kind of depends, I guess. So I think it depends on how you have that set up. But bear in mind, this is what's then going to go out for all of your like newsletter emails, any emails that you send from your email marketing platform, your automations, all of that good stuff. So whenever you're ready, here's how I can help you. You could even then put this into your actual email, your whether you use Outlook or Gmail, Google Workspace, whatever you're using, you could use this in your signature there as well, for sure. So I might put here, as a service provider, book a call. So I would be like, discuss your funnel project with me here. you know, and then I'd put the link here. This is not the link, but I'm just showing you as an example what I would do. I would have changed the links as well, the link color to like one of my brand colors. And then I would also probably bold that, and I would make more text. I would add more here, you know, I'd go into a little bit more detail. And then I might go, join the waitlist for my new thing launching soon. Whatever it is that you've got coming up, you know. Click here to be one of the first in line. Goodness me. There we go. And again, bold that, and that's where your link goes. I'm just going to put in my website and bold that. Oh, not italics. And you can put, you know, you could put a good few things down here. I like 3 because 3s is a like magic number when it comes to psychology and stuff like that. Like people like to see lists in 3s. You know, sometimes you might have more. Another great thing one of the speakers at my summit last week was sharing is that you could actually use conditional content here, so that if you've got people who are already, say, like members of your membership, they might see links here that take them to certain parts of your membership, whereas people who aren't already members, they would see things that get them to join the membership. Do you know what I mean? Like, so you could see different things here. So I'm going to leave this one here. I'm just going to come back and check to see if we've got any questions. Right, I can't see any. If you've got any questions, pop them in the comments so that I can see. As I said, I did say this at the beginning, but I'm just going to repeat myself. If you're on Instagram, I'm really sorry I can't see your questions or comments live because of the way that streaming from an independent platform works with Instagram. But I know this probably isn't showing up all that well on Instagram because I'm landscape instead of portrait, but I still wanted to stream on here as well. So if you are on Instagram, please still pop your comments. I'm going to come back when we're finished and go on Instagram on my phone and answer all your comments. So please do still pop them in there, your comments, your questions, all of that kind of a thing. But if you're here with me live and you've got any questions while we're doing that, let me know. And also, I want to know who's doing this live with me now. Who is creating this now? So you're going to put the things, whenever you're ready, here's how I can help you. And the beauty of this is, instead of saying, let me know when you're ready, and then they're like, oh, but I don't really know. And, you know, you're actually telling them, here's the next steps to take. And you wouldn't believe how many clicks and things you'll get from this. You'll get people buying your thing. You absolutely will. So then what you can do is you can click to save this as a template. And I'm just going to call it SS test, super signature test. You would obviously call it whatever would work for you. Save and exit. And there we go. And do you know what I'm just going to do is I'm going to come back in here. I'm just going to show you the other template I made. I'm going to go back to templates, my templates. So now you can see SS2 is here. Oh, sorry, SS test is here. That's the one I made. This is the other one I did. So I'm just going to preview this. So here you can see, again, I like to have the nice lines here. We've got the join my Facebook community, book a call, join my free summit here. This was obviously before I was doing the summit. And then also, just as another little tip, this is quite a nice thing to put on there. If you ever do those like roundup newsletters or, you know, things where you're sharing information that's really key to like an industry as a whole, and you find that people are forwarding your emails on to other people, which does happen, you know, if you're kind of sharing really good tips for specific industry insights and things like that, it's good to add this in here as well, so that people who are being forwarded the email do actually sign up to get your email themselves as well. I quite like that little thing in there too. So let's come out of here. We're going back, saved as a draft. There we go. So what did you guys think of that? Let me know. Let me know what you thought of that. Do you think this is something that you could do every week? And that didn't even take 30 minutes. What was that? 10 minutes? Not even that, maybe 5-10 minutes to get that set up. And then you've got an automated way of people who are already on your list taking that next step with you, without you having to manually do anything. Is setting something like that up something that you could do every week? Let me know in the comments. I know that we've got a few people live. I can't see the comments. I think it takes a while for the comments to come through as well. Let me know in the comments. Let me know. Is this something that you could do every week? What do we think? I'd love to know if you think this is something that you could do every week. Set up a small automation like that really changes the game for your business, for sure. Is this something that you could do every week? And after a few weeks or months, how could that change your business? If you're implementing a new thing like that every week that's taking you, might be just 10 minutes like that, might be 30 minutes. You might have the odd one that takes a little bit longer, but how could that change your business? Just one small thing like that every week. How could that change your business? Let me know. How could that change your business? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know how that could change your business. Let me know in the comments. And those of you who are watching the replay, please still let me know. I'm going to come back and I want to be able to see all these beautiful comments so that I can reply to them and I can interact with you. I want to know how this could change your business. Please let me know, because I really think this could be a proper game changer. And I know when I've shared this before with people, I shared this presentation last week and they were like, this could really take the pressure off. The fact that I don't have to do it all in one go, and just one small thing after a few weeks or months, like the whole business could feel different. You can actually enjoy doing the selling again and love all of that side of things. Yeah. I really want to know. Let me know in the comments. As you can probably tell, people are important to me and I want to know what this could do for you as a person. So is it more time for your family to focus on what matters, to grow your business? Is it more money for travel, to buy the things you want, to treat your family, to invest? Or is it more happiness, ending each day content instead of stressed? And I think this is the big one. Ending each day content instead of stressed. That's what I want for you. Do you want that for you as well? I really want that for you. I really, really want that for you. So I want to introduce you to, drumroll, the Automation Lounge. Woo woo! Very, very excited to be sharing this with all of you. Very excited. So the Automation Lounge is the ultimate solution for entrepreneurs and businesses who want to increase efficiency and profit without the constant hustle and overwhelm. And I'm hoping you know by now that for me, that whole hustle and overwhelm is just not the life that I'm about. I'm very much about, whether I'm working with, done for you clients, whether I'm doing mentoring, whether I'm doing, anything that I do, it's about how can we live in a world where we're not hustling? How can we do less and achieve more? That's what we're about. How can we get rid of the overwhelm? Because I can't do it in my business and I don't want you to do it either. You might not have, the health issues like I have, or maybe you have other health issues. Maybe it's just, you just want a nicer life. You just want to be able to spend more time with your family. You want to be able to, just not be feeling that overwhelm, that hustle, that constant strife to always be doing all the things. And I'm not saying we don't want a successful business. We don't want a business that grows. We do. We want all of that. But we want it in a way that works for us. We really want that. And that's what this is all about. So what's included, and we're just going to move my face because I am now in the way and I forget where else. Nope, over there. There we go. So what's including a new automation recipe each week. So we're going to pop a new automation recipe into the Automation Lounge each and every week. There's going to be a visual map of that recipe or workflow so that you can quickly understand how it works. I'm a visual person. I know that a lot of people are visual people, so it's really important to have that in there. We're then going to have written how-to guides that not only walk you through implementation, but also explains why it's important. And the guide delves into the nuances of the automation and, where appropriate, offering insights into how it can be customized to fit your unique business and objectives. A video tutorial so that whether you prefer watching detailed demonstrations or reading the step-by-step instructions, there's something for you, ensuring that you can effectively and confidently implement recipes appropriate for your business. And here's the thing, we're going to be putting a new automation out, a new recipe out every week. So, let's say you're in there for a year, that's 52 recipes. You might not find that all 52 work for you and your business. That's totally fine. I'm not telling you need to go off and do all of them. It's picking the ones that work for you and your business, right? That's what this is about. So plus, we're going to be doing weekly Q&As where your questions and challenges get answered. This is your opportunity to get personalized advice and insights from an automation expert. That's me. This interactive component ensures that you are supported throughout your automation journey with expert guidance just a question away. Tech recommendations and how-tos, so where appropriate, so that you feel confident in making the right decisions on what and how to automate. The ability to make requests for any automations you specifically would like recipes and help with for setting up your business. And also, if you are an automation pro yourself, or if you're, a tech VA or something along those lines, you can apply to share your automation recipes if suitable with all of us as well, because I know that we have quite a few automation people already in there. That's what we're doing. So I think that's going to work really well. So let's move me back over there. So with a new recipe each week, you can pick and choose which ones are suitable for your business and implement them in as little as 30 minutes, as I said. So pick and choose which are the right ones for you. So here's what you're going to get: a new automation recipe each week, written how-to guides, video how-to guides, weekly Q&A, tech recommendations, automation requests. Total value over $1,000 a month at $13.50 a month. Today's price, only $7 a month. This is a no-brainer. Who's going to say no to $7 a month to be able to automate their business and really make a difference? So if you're interested in this, you can head on over to the automationlounge.com and you can read my wonderful sales page. You can see some little Easter eggs I've put in there, and I really hope that you enjoy it. And sign up there. However, I have one more thing for you. Anyone who joins us this week by midnight Sunday, and I've just put GMT there, so midnight Sunday UK time, which in the States, because the clocks will have changed by then, this is Easter Sunday, is going to be 5 hours, so 11, 10, 9, 8, 7 p.m. Eastern. I think that's right. You're also going to get access to my customer journey workshop. I'm going to send that to you, where I will walk you through how to map out your customer journey and the template file I use with my clients to then do that. We did this last week and it was just so much fun. I really want to send that over to you as well as a gift from me, as an extra. So if you sign up and join the Automation Lounge this week by midnight Sunday, you're going to get that as well. So here's your full list of what you're going to get. I mean, this is just, I'm so excited about this. You have no idea. I love this. I really think this is going to change the game. And I do have people who've asked, like, it's quite a low price. And I'm like, yeah, I know, because I want to make automation accessible to all people. We want automation to be accessible. And I want you to feel that no matter your tech ability, like, this is going to be doable for you. We're going to help you. We're going to be there. We're going to be holding your hand. Whether you're an expert at tech, whether you're like, tech scares you, intimidates you, and just you feel like you're a bit shit at the tech, like, I'm going to be here. We're going to be here to help you. There's going to be other people there in the community as well. So I opened the doors originally last week at my summit. We've got a few people in there. We haven't got our first automation recipe yet. That's coming later this week. So we're getting all of that sorted. We're going to be starting, officially from next week. I'd love for you guys to come in. Everybody who joins us by midnight Sunday is going to get access to my customer journey workshop and template file. I would love to send that to you for sure. So if anybody's got any questions, I would love for you to pop them in the comments now. I'd love to be able to answer your questions. What are you thinking about the Automation Lounge? Does it sound like something you want to be involved in? I'm going to also come onto all the platforms and put the direct link in the comments now, or once I've finished this live stream, so that you can really easily click and take yourself straight there to have a look at it. But I think you're going to like it. I really think. Do you know what? Maybe I should just show you the sales page. Maybe that would be fun. Maybe if I stop screen and I am going to come in, and instead I'm going to share this. What do we think of my beautiful sales page? I love it. So you're going to see some of these fun pictures in here again. I had so much fun doing these. So come and have a read, have a look, and have a think. If this feels like, if you're feeling this struggle, and you feel like we can help you with this, then, I'd love to see that. So you can hear a little bit more about me here. and how it's going to help as well. I'd love for you to join us. I'm going to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. I think hay fever's starting. I started sneezing all of a sudden. Anyway, so you can see all of here, what each recipe includes, what you're going to get access to. You can see lots of lovely testimonials from people that I've worked with in the past. This is a brand new offer as well. So I don't have testimonials from people in there yet because we literally have just launched it. But you're going to see testimonials from everybody who has worked with me, been a part of things that I've done in the past. So you're going to see all of that in there. So all of that is here for you as well. So you can get to have a good read of this. We've got a good load of questions as well. So, I definitely have a read of this. I think this is, really important to kind of understand how that all of works. And then, have a little read of that and see what you think. I would love to know what you think. I am going to come back here. Any questions? I can't see any questions at the moment in the chats, in the comments that I can see in front of me here in StreamYard. If you've got questions, pop them in. Some of the comments, I don't believe I see comments unless you say that you're happy for StreamYard to share your comments with me. So some of you may have commented and I just haven't seen them yet, in which case I will come back in and see those later. And again, in Instagram, I can't see them yet. I will come in and watch them later. And I think in a couple of the other places as well. So let me know if you've got questions. Pop them in the chat. I would love to hear from you, or in the comments, sorry. I would love to see how we're going. I hope you have enjoyed this. I'd love to know what you think. How do you feel about the super signature? I'd love to know what you think. How do you feel about implementing just one automation recipe a week in your business? One automation recipe a week in your business that can change the game for just $7 a month. I mean, feels like a no-brainer to me. Really feels like a no-brainer to me. And that's what I wanted. I wanted this to be a no-brainer. That's the whole point of what this is. So I will turn this off now so that I can come into the comments and hang out with you guys. As I said, if you're watching the replay, thank you very much. I super appreciate it. Please feel free to pop your comments on here. I will be checking them all out so that I can come in and answer any questions that you've got and hang out with you guys in the comments. But thank you for being here, and I will see you all soon. Thank you.